All right. Well, good evening, good whatever time it is, wherever you are. If anyone happens to see this video, um, pardon the look here. I really hadn't cleaned myself up too well. Wasn't planning on doing this. This is kind of a sporadic, spur of the moment kind of deal, kind of like my last video 5 years ago. If you even happen to stumble upon my channel, however any of this works, because I'm just gonna start this off by saying, if it's not evident already, I do have ADHD. Okay. And anyway, let me just kind of back up here for a second. I really don't know what I'm hopeful for with this video. I guess I just kind of wanted to come back and try and do a little vlog journal thing. So let's get comfortable for a second. Yeah. So welcome to this video. My name is Logan. I am 32 years old, live in Texas, and I just really trying to have a place where I can kind of get some things out, sort of just open up, I don't know, some of my own thoughts, and maybe hope that somebody sees this out there and, do with it what you will. But if I can give some encouragement, I feel like that's always the kind of person that I am. I know that I like to be an encourager, and I feel like that's a good characteristic and attribute of mine. On the flip side of that, one thing that I know that I also do is I tend to be self-critical. And, a lot of my life I've kind of been hard on myself. I guess that's the easiest way to put it. 32 years on this earth, and, sometimes it feels like the same general habits kind of repeat themselves. I just tend to kind of have a mindset that, like, there's always something that I have to work on with myself, that there's always something that I have to do to feel more complete or to feel more with it, in this life. And it's not like it's always overwhelming and that's constantly how things are for me, but a lot of the times that's kind of how on and off, I feel like that's kind of how my thoughts are. And tonight, just at home alone, it's, I kind of feel like I get in these moments where I feel like I have a lot in my head, but then also nothing in my head, if that makes any sense whatsoever at the same time. And so it's just kind of a, I just want to figure it out. I want to figure out how to get through that and how to have the peace that I believe is available to anyone in life that wants to find it. And part of that is motivated by my faith. And I won't go into a lot of detail here. I know this is just one extra video I'm going to try and upload out here on the, on the interwebs. I'm goofy, okay, too. That's another thing. I'm just spontaneous, goofy out there sometimes. But, it's just sort of like, if this is a way to maybe relate it, have you ever just felt before in life like you've just kind of been able to go along and get along, and you've been able to kind of put up a convincing, front, and not like I'm not being authentic with my life and who I am, but kind of this idea that there always seems like there's a little bit more under the surface that's just constantly looming at any time to pop up and, derail you or disrupt your life and whatever progress you think you've made. And so, I don't know. But I believe, there's hope. I've dealt with depression at times too. I'm not happy to say that, but it just is what it is. And so sometimes I get confused by dealing with that, and I start to wonder if that robs me of the potential to find that contentment, just to be able to be home in the evening and know after a full day that, you can come back to your house and you can be happy with who you are, where you are, and what you're doing, So, save my breath any further. I know here pretty soon I'm probably going to need to try and get some sleep for work tomorrow. I'll get more into some of that later in other videos if I happen to get that far. So anyway, if you've happen to stumble upon this and you find some value out of it, then I'm happy about that. If not, that's okay. I'm happy to at least take this opportunity to document a little, and maybe this is a good outlet, a good way to kind of take some things to film, if you will, and maybe see what I can glean out of it. Maybe some insights I can get on my own thoughts and ways that I can work to address that. So anyway, good eve, good morn, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and I wish you well in this day. I'll be back.